Are you getting to a point you have to do your taxes and you need to get Form 1099 to show your sales from Amazon? Well, good news. I'm going to walk you through how you can do that here in this video. So let's go ahead and get started here. And so what I'm going to share with you here, again, is how to pull your 1099 from Seller Central. So you may be asking yourself, what is Form 1099? Well, basically, it just shows what your sales are for the year in a particular marketplace, such as Amazon. It's kind of like when you have a job, you get a W-2 at the end of the year. On Amazon, you get a 1099. It's just like when anytime you have a business, oftentimes you get from people that have paid you something over the course of a year, a 1099. Now, just keep in mind, this is unadjusted sales, so it's before factoring in any of your costs, so any of your fulfillment fees, referral fees, things of that nature. So Amazon will provide you this form if your sales are $20,000 in unadjusted gross sales and you have more than 200 transactions. It has to be both criteria have to be met, or they will not provide you with the 1099 form. Now, just keep in mind, if let's say you have $18,000 in sales, I'm no tax professional, but I can tell you my tax professional would tell me and has told me in similar type situations in the past, I still need to report that income. The 1099 essentially is almost like the IRS looks at it as a double check to make sure that you have, as my accountant has explained it to me, that you have at least as much sales and revenue as you have reported that's income to you in 1099s. So if you have less income reported to you or reported on your tax return, then you have revenue and sales that you're showing on your 1099s. So that could be a problem. So consult with your tax professional. But again, we're going to get into how you pull this particular report. So your 1099, you're going to get one 1099. Oh, sorry, jumped around there. Sorry, oops. But anyway, in North America, you're going to get one 1099 for the US, and you're going to get a separate one for Canada, assuming you have met the criteria for each particular marketplace of $20,000 in unadjusted gross sales, and that's US dollars, and 200 transactions. So if you have less than that in Canada, but you have that much in the US, you're going to get a 1099 for US, but not for Canada. And that's going to be available in Seller Central. I'm going to show you here in another slide, which we got a sneak preview there a second ago. And in Europe, it's all going to be on one marketplace. All marketplaces are going to be on one 1099 form, and they get mailed out. So if you, for whatever reason, don't have it, I would go into your Seller Central and put in a trouble ticket. So if you think you did at least $20,000 combined sales in Europe, you're going to get one 1099. And then one thing just to keep in mind, foreign marketplaces, the nice thing is they've converted it all to US dollars. So just make sure to compare when you're looking at your books. If there's any discrepancies, just bring that up to your tax preparer, because it could be how, like, let's say if you have Xero or QuickBooks, how it's adjusting for different currencies if you're selling in foreign marketplaces, that is. If you're not, you don't have to worry about this point. But if you are selling in foreign marketplaces, Amazon's converting it to US dollars, so that could have a different currency conversion than you used in your QuickBooks or Xero. So just make sure you check with your accountant how that'll affect your taxes. All right, so in Seller Central, go to Reports and then Tax Document Library. So it's a little menu bar up towards the top of Seller Central, I'm sure you're probably aware of. And then go to Tax Document Library, like you see here on the right. Then you're going to see all of your 1099s. So what you'll do is you'll just, for the 1099 for the tax year that you're looking for, you'll just click Download PDF, that little button there on the right. Now, so for me, for example, here I'm signed into North America when I took this screenshot, and I have a 1099 form, Amazon Payments Incorporated, that's for Amazon.com, Amazon Services International Incorporated, that's for Amazon Canada. So I had a 1099 for the US, I had a 1099 for Canada, and then I also had another one that was mailed to me for Europe. So when you pull it, it should look something like this. So you see here, this is basically what a 1099 looks like. It would have your address on it, have your monthly sales. What really matters more than anything is your gross sales up at the top, which is boxes 1A and 1B, same sales essentially. I'm sure someone can probably tell me when they won't match, but at least in my situations, I've noticed they've all matched on Amazon, that is. So you would print that out, you would hand it to your accountant along with all um, your other tax documents, and you're all set. And again, if you, for whatever reason, didn't get a 1099, so like for example, if I go back to the slide before, you'll see in 2016, I got 1099 for Amazon.com, but I didn't get one in Canada. And I was selling in Canada, but I hadn't quite hit that threshold yet. I did the following year, but that threshold of $20,000 in sales. So just make sure that if you don't have a 1099, you're still speaking to your accountant about how you're going to make sure that you're representing that income. Representing is probably the wrong word, but that you've got the income notated on your tax forms, because the IRS does want to know about that. But again, I'm not a tax person here. I'm not giving tax advice, but that's just something to make sure you bring up to your tax preparer. So hopefully you found this video to be helpful. If you did, please, I'd love it if you can give a quick little thumbs up. Maybe share this with a friend that you know that might need this video to pull their 1099 form. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, and we're more than happy to give you more content to help you in your e-commerce journey. I wish you the best. Take care and have a great day.